To me, enough is enough. They just wanna hurt us. Bring us down. Bring us down. Enough is enough. We won't let them hurt us. Bring us down. Bring us down. Enough is enough.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Indie Wrestling Corner with another episode of Under the Ropes. I'm your host as always. I always feel like I fucked that up. The Queen of the Indies, Tiffany. And today I got my special friend over here. This is a long time coming interview. So welcome, Sammy Diaz. How are ya?
Doing good. I'm doing good. Thank you for having me. It's been a long time coming. I finally get the invite, and happy to be here.
Yes.
Thank you.
So thank you for coming on here. So I appreciate it. Guys, if you're new to the Indie Wrestling Corner, here I interview everything independent wrestling, whether it's wrestlers, promoters, referees, backstage. I got you covered. Make sure you hit that like button, share the stream. Let's get some people in here. If you guys got questions for Sammy, I'm sure he'll be more than happy to answer all of your questions. So I'm excited because I know I'm going to see you next week. So it'll be fun. We got a great show coming up by Fight Life, so we'll talk about that a little bit later. So but you made one of the Indie Talks episodes. We saw you at the last Connecticut Fight Life show, so we got you a little bit on the backstage show. If you guys want to see a little bit of backstage, I got you covered. Go check that out on the channel as well. So but yeah, we'll get back into that. I want to backtrack a little bit because I want to start a little bit from the beginning for people that may know you, may not know you. So let's learn a little bit about your story, how you got into independent wrestling, where you started training, all that fun stuff.
Well, I first started training in Cheshire, Connecticut at PWA in January 2017. Was my first time I stepped into the ring. And 6 months later, after that, the building closed down, the school closed down, and I went to Trusted Strength Wrestling, where I currently train now and still in East Hartford, Connecticut, under Slick Wagner Brown. And it's been 7 years now, going on 7 years in January, and it's been a long, fun journey, as I can say.
I gave you guys so much credit. I just pulled my back the other day, and I'm damn, I don't know how you guys do it. I don't even know what I did.
Yeah, crazy. How much wrestling does to your body is crazy.
Yeah, I will never say anything ever bad because I give you guys so much credit on what you do with the training. So, I see a whole bunch of people in the chat. What's going on, guys? I see Zach. He says hi. He says hi to both of us. Joe's in the chat. He goes, that's life. That's what all these people say. LOL, top 5. Are you asking him what his top 5 or what? Top 5 matches? Top 5 wrestlers? Give it to me. Tell me in the chat. Adonis is in the chat. He goes, it's one of my favorites coming out of TOS. Jose's in the chat. Sammy's awesome. So all this love. I love it. Thanks for coming into the stream. All right. So let's do this because I'll go back to Joe because I know he said top 5. So I want to know what he wants to go. But let's do this. Okay. So for a fan that's never seen you wrestle before, obviously I've seen you wrestle multiple times in person. So, I could talk about matches. But for the fan that's watching this interview, never seen you wrestle before, what's the go-to match that you would recommend for them to watch to become an instant fan?
Ooh, I got a few, but you saying my matches or any match in general?
Your match.
My match, one I enjoyed this year, I think it was this year, maybe late last year, it was against Jordan Rowe at Tetsu Pro. I had real fun. I had a lot of fun in that one. I like the one against Flash. I think that was another fun one. Well, anytime I share the ring with Miracle Generation, it's always fun. Those are my boys, and when you got four guys that are kind of the same up here, you have some magic in the ring. So definitely Miracle Generation, and I don't know, probably those three for right now, or any of those guys.
Okay, okay. Let's see. I'm going back to the chat. Joe says, seriously though, looking forward to LIT Skyros versus Diaz is gonna be insane. Yes, I'm here for this. I'm gonna put it up on the screen for everybody so they can see it. If you're listening to the audio version of this, you can go back to the video and check it out or whatever like that. So this is gonna be good. This is, what date is this? Because it's not on the poster. I'm sorry.
August 25th in Nomads in South Windsor, Connecticut. August 25th at 8 p.m. I believe it is. I want to say because it's a Friday show.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, it was funny because when Sammy sent me, which we'll talk about at the end of the show or whatever like that, that when I asked for all the matches so I could put it into the program for you guys, I was like, oh damn, I was like, he's got like solid matches, like every match, like all the ones he gave me, I was like, damn, I was like, I will watch all of them. It's like,
I got exciting next 2 weeks coming up, so I'm happy I'm doing this interview where I could let people know where you can see me and going into that, because I got an exciting couple matches that I'm really looking forward to, because I know that going into those matches I have a mindset kind of similar to those guys that I'm facing, and I know it's going to be special, and I know we're going to put on a hell of a show.
Absolutely. So yeah, I definitely wanted to do this interview this week since I was coming down to Fight Life next week. So, you know, I'll definitely have for you guys, you'll see an Indie Talks episode uploaded on this podcast. So maybe I'll go bother Sammy before his match. All right. Well, now a lot of people talk about Fight Life, so we might as well like go there. We're going to talk about Fight Life right now because, like, since I said it, now it's being brought up in the chat or whatever like that. So Fight Life is still like it's a little over a year now, pretty much, that Fight Life's been around. So shout out to Frank. I love his promotion. Frank, come on the podcast one of these days.
Frankie's the man. Shout out to Frank. He's doing his thing. This card at Fight Life, I was talking to a few of the guys, and we were just looking at the matches like, damn, every match on this card is like, could be like who's following each other, because it's a lot of pressure to follow each other. All those matches, like whoever's following each other gotta make sure they step up and make sure they perform.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I know, like, one of my friends that doesn't even like keep up with the independent scene, and then they looked at it and they were like, damn, this is stacked. I'm like, yeah. I was like, this is why I'm going. I was like, but Frank puts on bangers like every show. If you guys are not familiar with Fight Life, it's on Fight TV, so you can go back. All the backlog is there, so you can go view it on that.
Just $9.99.
Yeah,
Don't forget.
You can't go wrong. Is it $9.99 or is it $7.99? I thought it was $7.99.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'm thinking about
IWTV. See, so $7.99, cheaper obviously if you do like the yearly subscriptions or whatever like that. But I was really happy that when it went to Fight TV, so now you can watch and you can watch it live, so which is great also too. So you made your debut, which was great. So I came to that show. I love that venue, the Connecticut venue.
Super dope.
It's at a brewery. Beautiful. That was like the first thing I said to Frankie when I walked in. I was like, this venue is beautiful.
I wouldn't be surprised if people get married in that brewery, because it was definitely up to scale.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that they do have that, and I know that the owner was like really excited to have wrestling in the brewery for the first time.
That's awesome. That was good.
So she was watching because she was like at the bar and stuff like that. But you made your debut, number one. I mean, Connecticut, like, there's a couple of promotions in there, so I was really happy because I told Frank, I was like, okay, I'm in New York. You always run in, like, Rhode Island mostly, or Massachusetts. I was like, can you come a little closer? I can understand not coming to New York. I was like, can you come a little closer? So he delivered with Connecticut. You debuted, and it was the first match of the show, which is great. And I got to do commentary for you and Dustin Waller, which is wild.
You're doing a phenomenal job. I appreciate it. Funny thing is, I was supposed to debut for Fight Life a year prior, but I dislocated my elbow, and I was on a shelf for 3 months, and the opportunity finally presented itself in May, and I was just super excited for him to come to Connecticut, because Connecticut always could use more wrestling, because the fans in Connecticut, I say it, are hands down to me the best in New England. Mass is pretty up there too, but Connecticut got it down in my book.
Definitely. So actually, it was probably the most packed that Fight Life had for a show, which was great. So I'm glad that he's running it back next
Oh, this one's
week.
gonna be. Yeah, I wouldn't expect like this one coming up is gonna be fire. So this one will be a good one.
Yeah. So if you guys next Wednesday, so here I'll put it up for you guys. So you and Desmond Cole, the big boofa.
Big Boofer.
I'm excited. I'm so stoked for this.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I like Boofer. I like what he brings to the ring. I like what he brings in matches. I think he's super dope. I think he's had a hell of a year. He's definitely doing his thing. Makes me happy to see that. But it's time. It's my time now to start putting everybody on notice. Like he's the man. But listen, you come to my home in CT. I definitely got to step up and make sure you on your P's and Q's.
Absolutely. So I'm really looking forward to this match. In the chat, Joe says, so I'm gonna say to Sammy Diaz is my favorite match of his that I've seen last December at the Real Recognized Heel on December 2nd against the Prize City OG, your new IWTV champion, Alec Price.
That was
So
another. That was another good one. People could watch that one too. I don't know where exactly the footage is. I believe it's on YouTube somewhere, but that's another good one. I really enjoyed. We both went into that kind of like on a bad day, but once we got in the ring, everything started flowing, and we ended up having a great match.
definitely. So
And Price is another one. That's my brother too. I'm so happy with what he's doing right now.
yeah.
I've always told him since day one, just keep going, and now look at him. I'm super happy for those guys.
It's so wild to like see everybody like grow and get bigger and better. It's just amazing.
So,
Alex Rojas is in the chat. What's going on? How are ya?
yes, sir.
Everything pro wrestling. Conrad's in the chat. Yer. Go give him some love, guys. Got you covered with AEW after AEW tonight. It's like one of your best AEW podcasts going on. So, all right. So let's talk a little bit about Test the Strength. Like you talked about that, you started like you're currently training there. I've been to Test the Strength. It's great. I have fun. And it's close, I mean, it's not New York close, but it's like close enough for me to drive.
Yeah.
But a lot of great talent.
Oh, for sure. There's a lot of talent right now coming up and from Test of Strength that's like breaking out in New England, and it makes me happy because a lot of times, like, not big schools that are known as like Test of Strength, but a lot of talent come from those schools that are grit and all hard work. All those guys that's trained there are busting their ass in a hot room all year long. Did it for 6 years straight. And I mean, I took a little break here and there for my personal reasons for my body and stuff. Training every day, like I train every day, but as far as like having matches and training, I felt my body was super sore at the end of the week because we go into the weekend with 3 matches, and then you're already adding 2 more matches in the week because you're training, and that's a couple more matches that onto your body, and you just already sore going into the weekend. So, but as far as Test of Strength, I know there's a lot of talent that's coming up. That's my home. I'm always gonna put them over. Slick Wagner Brown's a genius. I always call him the evil genius in the ring because he's taught me everything I know. He's made me a better performer since day one. Like, he's always got on my ass, and I always like looked at it as a good thing because if he saw something in me day one and told me the right way, he showed me the right way, all the right things to do, and I applied that to what I do now, and I feel like I'm doing all the right things.
Definitely. So, and that you can watch on YouTube. So if you guys aren't like familiar with that, I got you covered. You can check it out on the YouTube channel.
And if you ever want to train Tuesdays and Thursdays in East Hartford, Connecticut, 87 Church Street, just stop in, message the TOS page, message Slick Wagner Brown or Alex Rojas. Feel free, if you're a wrestler, to stop by whenever you want.
Yeah, I always encourage that because like I always hear like wrestlers, they'll reach out to me. Or like even people like thinking about it, like, oh, okay, well, I live here, or Where should I go? I
I
get those messages.
find it crazy, like when I hear about so many people that wrestle and like live like close to tested strength and they don't train there. I'm like, damn, where the hell you train? And they be like saying like, oh, all the way over here. I don't want to say no school names or whatever, because whatever, but
Hmm.
they'll train over here or they train up there. I'm like, hey, 10 minutes away. Like I don't know. It just I guess people have their flavor of ice creams, but definitely I find it crazy when I find out how many wrestlers live in Connecticut and
Hmm.
like so many schools in Connecticut also are nearby.
Well, maybe it's also too like maybe they're not familiar with the fact
Yeah,
too
yeah,
that
true. That's yeah,
so like like I encourage that too. It's like I try to like share when I see stuff like NEPA up in Massachusetts, like when they share
yeah,
things.
yeah,
I try to share that like with the training, and you never know who's gonna stop by.
yeah.
Oh, I also encourage a lot of those wrestlers too, like to go train everywhere because you might be just fixated with one school,
For sure.
and then like maybe you'll learn something else, to sharpen your skill.
Sure. That's why I like going to seminars also, because a lot of people feel like seminars are kind of a waste of money because you're going to go train with a wrestler that might have been on TV or whatever. But I'm just looking at it like picking their brain. I'm just trying to work and learn from everybody I step into the ring with, or just train with, or even have a conversation with. If I could learn something from any wrestler in that 5 minutes or 2 minutes that I'm talking with you,
Hmm.
I'm gonna pick that up. So any like if I have an opportunity to train somewhere else, I would do that. Or I volunteer any other wrestler to do that too, because it's always good to learn from everywhere else and everyone.
Absolutely. Oh, Mike Skyros is in the chat. He said emergency. Oh boy. Oh
That,
boy.
Tell me, get out the chat, yo. Get out, bruh.
So get out of here. We don't want to talk about your match. Oh, we talked about it anyway. So here. So it's
Me and
awesome.
Mike got a love-hate relationship. I got a lot of love and respect for Mike, but I hate him as a competitor because I haven't pinned his shoulders to the mat. So until I do so, maybe I'll have a little bit more love and volunteer for Mike Skyros a little bit more.
He's just sad. That's just, Mike is sad. That's just what it is. Trey in the chat says Sammy Diaz is dope as fuck. So there you go. A lot of love. I love it. I love when all you guys like come in here and show the love to like the wrestlers and all that stuff like that. So I appreciate that. So, okay, so let's talk a little bit about Wrestle Open. So it's nice. Like I know, like again, like you said, you were on the shelf for a little bit. So like, and then like you came back. And lately now you've been teaming up with Lucas Chase. All these names, you guys should be familiar with this podcast because all these names, Mike Skyros and Alec, everybody's been on this podcast before. But it's nice seeing you team up with Lucas at Wrestle Open.
Oh,
So
for sure, yeah. Me and Lucas were kind of on the same boat. Like we were kind of halfway in, halfway out. I feel like I was halfway in, halfway out of Open. Like I'll get opportunities here and there, but I feel like just timing. I want to say timing with everything. I don't feel like I don't want to say, oh, I feel like I was left off or anything, but it's just like I know timing has a lot to do with anything. I was on the shelf for a little bit, but just making the most out of opportunities that are presented in front of me. Like me and Lucas were on the same boat. Like we were just there, and they gave us the opportunity. Like you guys want to tag together, and we said, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. We want to get on the show. We want to make the most out of anything. So we said, let's roll, and we've been doing it for I want to say 3 weeks in a row before last week it was, and I think we're gonna make the most out of it and just roll with it and see what happens.
yeah.
Because
So
we both want to be there. We love what Wrestling Open's doing. A lot of my friends are on Wrestling Open, so when I share the locker room with those guys, it's always fun. And most importantly, I just want to create a better opportunity for myself to succeed as well. And I know that Wrestling Open is definitely the spot to do that.
yeah, and it's nice to see you like going from like spotlight matches to finally on to the main card. I mean, it's great. I love having the spotlight
It's just
matches.
working.
Yeah.
Most I ain't thing, I don't. If you put me first, I know what to do. If you put me in the main event, I definitely know what to do. If you put me in the middle, I'm there. I'm not one of the. I'm not a diva or anything. I don't want to say like that. No offense to any female wrestlers, but I'm not one to have a big ego or anything. So I definitely just want to make the most of any opportunity, and I just want to just put myself in the best position to be successful.
Absolutely. I love those spotlight matches because then like you find a lot of people that you may not seen before, and then to finally see from like a spotlight match move on to the main card, I think is
Yeah.
also like very wonderful to see. So and again, I've been actually up there a couple times even when you've wrestled at Wrestle Open, so it's a hike. Sometimes
Yeah,
takes
yeah, yeah.
three
Yeah, yeah,
3 to 4
for sure.
hours for me. Oof. God.
Yeah.
Jimmy's in the chat. What's going on, Jimmy? How are you? He's probably drinking his beer out of the mug that I made him for his birthday. So his birthday's coming up. Happy pre-birthday. Trey in the chat says, Sammy, who's your dream match?
I can say a lot. I can say a lot of names, but as of right now, wrestlers that's still wrestling, it's on TV. His name is AJ Styles. That's always been my guy since I was probably like 12. So definitely AJ Styles. But I got a long list, but AJ's the one that would probably be the one for me because I know it's coming close to probably to the end of his career. So definitely would be AJ.
Yeah, it'd be good. How about somebody in the indies right now that you haven't?
Oh, Mike Bailey, Speedball. I like Speedball.
I feel like
And
it's going to be like a Fight Life match.
oh, we'll see, But let me see another independent. There's a lot of guys. There's a lot of guys out there. But that was the first one that came to my head. Speedball. Just because I've just been a fan of him since I was younger too. So definitely Speedball.
One of the best that's going right now in independent wrestling. And this is why we do these interviews, because there is anybody that says like, you know, like you watch the mainstream, and of course that's like the goal in the end for all you guys or whatever, you know, but it is the independent scene that's where it all starts, that
For
you
sure,
get
for sure.
to that, you know. So this is why we do these interviews, you know, so you guys can see, because maybe one day you're gonna see Sammy, you're gonna see him like, you know, on that big screen TV. You know, I have no doubt in my mind. So
We manifest these things.
yeah, we're
man.
manifesting. We're putting all the good juju into the world, and it's gonna happen. So it's just gonna happen. Joe said, I seriously want Landon Hale versus Sammy. So he goes, one of my major indie dream matches I want to see. Ooh, I feel like that could be like an Invictus match, you know, kind of go in, you know.
I could maybe be a TOS match. That could definitely be there. I like Landon a lot. I like what he does in the ring, and I've definitely been wanting to wrestle him for a little while now since I've seen him at Open. I want to say last year, was it? Maybe. Yeah, definitely want to share the ring with him. It'll be fun.
Yeah, definitely be good. So we love Landon here. Alex says, not maybe, that's guaranteed. Yeah, I agree. I think the big, you know, like it's gonna happen. So like. Trey says, keep supporting independent wrestling 100%, you know.
Sure.
All right, so let's
This is the heart and soul of professional wrestling.
it
Before
is. I personally
before
like the independent scene more.
yeah.
So that's okay. All right, let's talk Blitzkrieg, because we got to talk about this wild match that just recently happened. Okay, so
Another fun one. Go back and watch it if you didn't watch it.
Oh.
That's another fun one.
I wanted to come. I'm kind of like sad that I did, but I sat here. I watched it live, you know. So Kylan was out with a concussion. So he took Kylan's spot. So it was you, Ichi, and Dustin. Obviously, like I called it when they like Kyla went on the shelf, and then people were like, "Who's it gonna be?" And I'm like, "Oh, definitely Sammy." I was like, 100% Sammy. And it was like everybody was like, because I'm in a group chat. Zach's in the chat, so Zach knows he was part of that conversation. I was like, 100%. I was like, it is Sammy replacing. I was like, I guarantee it. I was like,
So,
I was right.
he got the concussion when they posted up on social media, and immediately, like not even like an hour after he posted it, I got hit up like, "Yo, you want to take Kai's spot in the match?" I was like, "Absolutely!" Like it was no questions. Like it was before that, I tagged with Flash and Kylan against main event. Before that, we tagged against I want to say the guys from Rhode Island. I forgot. Damn, I'm sorry, I forgot their name. But Mike Gracia,
Yes.
Gracia, their team. But it was a no-brainer. I definitely wanted to be a part of the show, and once the opportunity presented itself, I was like, "Oh yeah, let's fucking go. This is gonna be fun."
Yeah. So I really loved like you guys, Young, Dumb, and Broke. This was fun. You know, this was started like a whole war in our group chat. Pretty much going on here. So it was fun. Like, and Zach said he confirms all this because he's in part of the group chat. But it was like a whole war going into the group chat. But no, it was fun. You guys had such a great match. I like seeing Young, Dumb, and Broke over at Blitzkrieg. So shout out to them. They got great stuff going on. If you're not watching it on IWTV, check it out. But yeah, this was fun. You guys all went balls to the wall. Always. Tell us a little more about the match.
My bad. I got distracted because my dog came down here.
No.
But
That's why my dog goes inside.
I know.
Because it likes to jump on me. But the dog can sit on you. Like, we can interview the dog. We want to know, oh, look how cute. What's name? Boy, girl?
This is Ace right here. This is a boy.
Oh, look how cute. He's like, yeah, I'm
That's enough TV time. Get out of here.
That's the stars taking over the podcast. This is no longer about you. Too cute.
My bad.
You're fine.
That match was fun. That match with Young, Dumb, and Broke was super fun. I definitely had. I didn't know what to expect going in because I knew those guys are crazy and I knew we crazy, so I just expected madness. But it was definitely one of my fun matches that I had this year, and I definitely recommend everybody go watch it if you haven't. And after the match, that was one of the best receptions I got from a crowd after the match. That was pretty cool, especially coming from the crowd at Blitzkrieg, because the year before at the luau, that's where I dislocated my elbow, and full circle a year later, that was the match that I feel like was probably match of the night. I won't say nothing else, but like, I won't talk about. I ain't bragging, but definitely I feel like that was a fun one of the show, and for it to be the last show at Blitzkrieg in that building, I feel like we gave the fans a hell of a match, and I hope everybody enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm sad that's like the last time in that building. That building is, that was like one of my bucket lists for like a while. And I was like, I need to go to this building. I was like, because it's just beautiful. It was like just the go in there and experience wrestling.
Not the last one. Hopefully they come back. Hopefully the new owners will welcome some professional wrestling, and hopefully we'll be back. But until then, so see where they go now.
Fingers crossed for that. Philly in the chat says, I'm hoping to see you make your Invictus Pro Wrestling debut at some point. Would love to see you go one-on-one against Nikolai White. Let's go.
All right,
gotta drink more water.
Yeah, Nikolai White. That'll be fun. We had a Invictus /TOS joint show in the past. I mean, I'm familiar with the owner, the booker. Whenever he wants, I'm here. You know what I mean? Yeah, but for sure, I don't know if we're gonna plan on doing a third one. We'll see what happens, but we're always open to it. I'm always open to any new bookings and any debuts. I'm always down for it. I'm always looking to challenge myself against some of the best talent out there. I'm just waiting and ready and willing to go anywhere.
Be great. And then Nikolai White just popped into the chat. He goes, I would love to work with you.
Let's go. Let's make it happen, baby.
I'm here for it. We got the water. We're drinking more water. We're living the gimmick.
I had a freaking sore throat like all week, and it's been bothering me, but I'm finally getting better.
This is weather. It's crazy. This summer's been like
one day,
weird.
Rain the next.
Yeah, definitely. It's been weird. But yeah, shout out to Alex. He's been on this pod. Nikolai's been on this pod. I appreciate all you guys. And again, like, I love to see like Nikolai's like,
appreciate y'all.
Yeah, Nikolai's been like one of like the first ones on this podcast too. So it's glad that I see him all the time or whatever. But he said stay hydrated. We are. I got the water here. Philly said would like to see you against Ken Broadway.
Oh, that'd be dope. I like Ken Broadway. He's definitely. I like his style in the ring. I feel like our styles would be dope in a match. It'd definitely be fun. I definitely like Ken Broadway. That'd definitely be dope.
Yeah, definitely one of the hottest going on in the independent scene also. So just saw him at ETU. He's doing good things. Okay, who is the hardest chop you ever took from?
It's hard because they all suck. It's like none that's Ty Shine. Ty Shine.
Oh.
He shot me. He cut me open. I was like, this motherfucker. That's
Ooh.
that. Yeah, he's heavy handed. That's my like when you wrestle your boys, you consider your bros and stuff. You
Yeah.
hit it a little bit harder, so it's like he took advantage of that.
Oh, that's
Gotta
not
be
right.
not- But now we definitely, it's definitely got to be Ty Shine.
Oh, man. I would say like David McCall is always like one that I hear on this podcast. The rep.
Yeah.
Oof. So.
Oh, another sucked is Wrecking Ball. Wrecking Ball
Oh,
Agursky.
I've heard that one too. Like.
And it was in training. The son of a bitch.
Oh, jeez. Not even on camera. Damn, that's rude. All right, we got a fan tweet from Dave. He said, "What is your top 5 independent wrestlers right now?" That's
Alex
a temporary
Price.
thing.
Dustin Waller, Kylon King, Ichiban, and Sammy Diaz, top 5 dead or alive.
There you go. There you go. Okay, then we got a fan tweet from Mike. He goes, "Who is your toughest opponent?"
My toughest opponent. Because it's hard to say tough because it's hard to break that down because you could be saying tough as far as like hard hitting, or you could be saying tough like keep up with cardio wise, or it's kind of hard to break that down. But
Yeah.
as far as like tough, someone who's I don't know, but I remember we had a series of tag team matches. And Jay Freddy is really, really freaking tough. Jay Freddy is hard hitting. So I'll probably have to throw Jay Freddy in there. We worked like a year program, and we had to work those guys for a year. And when you work guys like Wagner Brown and Jay Freddy, you have to like either step up or drown. And we were swimming, so it was like those two are probably the toughest because they Wagner for being so big and his size, definitely. But as far as like strong and tough, definitely Jay Freddy. I think Jay Freddy. I mean, look at what he's done at Grind. It doesn't surprise me. Jay Freddy's the man.
Yeah. So I know he's still out in injury. So much
That
luck
sucks,
to
man.
him. You know. I'm ready for like him to come back and wrestle Mike Skyros for the Grind belt.
Yeah, that's fun. That'll be fun. I hope he whooped Mike Scarros' ass, but we'll see when he comes back. I hope he comes back fully recovered.
Yeah. So that'd be like I actually want to watch that match now. I didn't see that. So like you guys send me that because like that sounds awesome as hell. So.
But Jay Freddy's gonna be wrestling me when he wants his title back because I'm beating Mike Scarros
Oh.
next Friday. So let's not forget.
Damn. You see that? You see that?
The grand opening for Mike Scarros' title ring, and it's gonna be grand closing.
Philly in the chat says, "Who do you think enjoys ripping Joe's signs the most at TOS?" Sorry, Joe.
Jay Briggs.
Which one?
Jay Briggs. Jay Briggs. Jay Briggs. I think we got the record. I think the original firm. I want to say the firm from TV, but the OGs. Me, Elijah Six, Richard E. Stone, Esquire, and Jay Briggs. I think we got the record for the most ripped up signs for him that he wrote down. So definitely Jay.
What was the coolest sign that was like made for you?
I think it was one of these. It's the top 5 with the 5 with the hand with the letter, the number 5.
Yeah.
So I think that was That was a pretty cool one.
That's pretty cool. I think it's awesome. Like when the fans like make signs. Like I've done it too.
I think it's fun when fans still bring signs to the shows and still want to interact like that because they don't do it as much as on TV like they used to back in the Attitude Era or whatever. But this is the independence. I think we should definitely take advantage of being independent, as including fans bring signs to shows or whatever. Or I'm not saying bring props or anything, but definitely bring signs and speak your mind on the signs. Tell us you suck. Tell us, But definitely, definitely encourage fans to be more involved in shows too, because when they bring it, that makes our job much more easier and much more fun when you guys are involved as also.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. I think more fans should do it. I try to do it every like once in a while to mess with people. I've done some crazy ones, you know, like I started messing with Dante Drago with ramen. I started
Yeah,
making like ramen ones for him, you know, like, you know, streamers. I think all
yeah,
promoters should have, and if you're not doing it, you should do it. You should have a sign making table so that even like if like a bunch, especially if it's like kid friendly, like I think it's a great opportunity for the kids to get involved. It is just like you have
for
like your
sure.
crayons, your markers, and whatever there.
Yeah,
Um,
that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
I think they should do it. Hey, Dustin Waller's in the chat. He said top
Let's
five
go.
dog.
He missed it. I put him over already. He missed it.
He said really bad
You
things about no, but like, really
gotta
bad
tune
things.
back in. Gotta watch it back.
Yes. We kind of like started off the podcast with it. We were talking about your guys' match at Fight Life. So and Frank let me do commentary, which is great. Let's see. Joe says my thing for signs came from wrestling. Or from watching the Attitude Era and all the signs in the crowd as Raw or SmackDown started up. So
Hmm.
definitely awesome. I know me and Brad Hollister had talked about signs, and he said that he hates when wrestlers rip signs. You know, even if it's him being like a heel, he said that he thinks it's cooler that like if you're gonna rip it, like wait till like after the match so that at least like on hard cam, like even if like you're playing a heel, you know that it shows up during the match. If you rip it right off the bat, then you're not even gonna see it.
Yeah,
So Mike
yeah,
Skyros rips up all my signs.
yeah.
And I'm gonna keep making them. I don't care. I should probably like make a bag
Can't
and
believe
just.
I can't believe I can't believe people cheer Mike Skyros. He's such a piece of
He's just
piece
sad.
of.
He's sad. Mike is sad, pretty much. So, all right. Tell us like some of your favorite memories. Whether it was like maybe a match, maybe it was like a road trip, maybe something that happened in the locker room. What sticks out to you?
Actually, I got a lot of memories, but as probably gotta go back to my very first memory of professional wrestling was on the couch with my dad watching Sean and Brett. Because that's when I first like remember like that's my first memory of professional wrestling because I remember sitting on the couch with my dad watching this match and I just remember this shit going for so long. I was like, why is this match so long? And me not knowing the rules to the match, it was the Iron Man match at WrestleMania 12, and that's what hooked me to professional wrestling. That match with those two. So probably that's one of obviously my favorite memory because with it being my father, him being not with us anymore. He passed away in 2016. So, but that's definitely my number one. But as far as like road trips, I got so many. Maybe it's maybe not good to say, but there was one time me and my boy Richie was coming from Rhode Island from a show. It was one of those I want to say maybe outdoor shows, middle of the summer, hot. I remember we was on the way home. We got like a 6-pack or a 12-pack on the way home, and it's not cool to drink and drive, but I ain't gonna condone it. But we was drinking on the way home, and he doesn't like littering at all. He hates littering, and we was driving, and the windows down, and we have a bunch of empty cans on the floor, and he stops, and he's like, "I need to take a piss." So we stop on the side of the highway. And he's peeing, so all he hears is the cans fall, like, getting thrown out the window. And he's like, yo, what the fuck, bro? What are you doing? You know I hate littering. And me just being me, I said, yo, what if we get pulled over, bro? So he was like, yeah, you right. Let's go. Let's hurry up and get home. But that's another one that sticks out of my head. But it's so many, especially, like, coming back from New York when we took road trips with a van full of, like, 8 people. Those are always fun. But even now, road trips are always fun. Like a lot of people don't know this, but me, Flash, and Ichiban drove to Mass, and Ichiban didn't tell us his windshield wipers randomly just start going. Like, and there's a point in the car ride, it's not raining at all, and they just start going. And like, bro, we're gonna get pulled over. They're gonna think you high or something. But no, it's like there definitely is one that sticks out too. It's just because it's recent, but that's another funny one.
We gotta get him some windshield wipes, some new ones or something.
Yeah. Ichiban, the freaking champ. Come on.
Number one.
Number one. Come on, man.
Number one, pretty much for you. All right, since you talked about road trip, what is the favorite road trip snack?
I don't eat.
You don't eat.
Before shows, I don't eat. I don't eat snacks, nothing before shows.
Okay, what about after then?
After, whatever is on the pick stop home. I hate McDonald's, but I try to get something from the gas station or something, but whatever's home. Whatever, hopefully is at home, but favorite robes. I don't know, I'm more of an energy drink person. There's no snacks. I don't do snacks before shows. I don't want to look bloated before matches. I don't want to have that feeling like I got to use the bathroom before a match. So that's definitely because every wrestler, believe it or not, before their match hit, they have to pee because they're nervous, they're anxious. Not everybody, but most of the guys in the locker room like, yo, where's the bathroom? My match is next. I guarantee you.
Well, now you gotta put over like your favorite energy drink because now we gotta try to get you sponsored.
Oh yeah, let's go.
So tell us your favorite energy. Tell them why they should sponsor you.
My favorite energy drink right now is C4, the strawberry Starburst flavor. I want to say it is, and that's my favorite because it keeps me up. It doesn't give me the jitters. And they should sponsor me because I'm top 5 and I'm one of the best wrestlers in New England. And they need some help moving that shit, and I can help them.
We're going to put patches on your gear. That's what we're going to do. He's going to come out. He's going to have like little patches, you know?
Yeah.
Like maybe start handing them out to the fans. That's what's going to happen.
Yep.
But like, here, you know, you need this. You need this. Oh, you're falling asleep? Here, you need that.
There you go.
Oh, you're watching Mike Skyros? Here. You
need this, drink this, the whole can.
I'm only
Oh,
teasing.
Mike Skyros is going to rip all your signs next show.
I'm used to it. It's all good. He'll be throwing the sad octopus again. It'll be all good. I have the sad octopus in my car. Mike in the chat says, keep doing what you do, hoping at some point you can take the TOS championship and become the first ever Test the Strength Triple Crown winner.
Yes, that's the goal. That's the goal. Hopefully by mid-2024. Because definitely on the bucket list. I have I was fortunate enough to get the I guess I could put the camera up. I have the not the replica, but the original K1 before it turned into a championship. And I got the tag team championship right there that I won with
that.
Elijah 6. And hopefully there's some room up there for the original TOS title when it comes 2024. We manifesting it too.
He's got the room for it, you know. You could see he's got the room for it, so it belongs up there, you know.
It should be there.
It should be there with a C4. Just saying.
That's right.
We need that sponsorship. So, all right, let's do something that's dear to my heart on this podcast: wrestling with positivity, because there's the world of negative, and it's definitely going out on social media today with all the negative that's going on. So we're going for some positive. So, okay, so name, give us something that maybe something like you've done for a fan, or maybe a fan's done for you, or maybe a wrestler's done for you, or something you've done for a wrestler, something that, we wouldn't know about unless you told this story.
Something that means a lot to me is like nothing like as far as like what something has like physically done for me or anything, but after like the injuries, the people who reach out after, like the people that reach out through Messenger. Something nice was Ichiban drove me to the hospital when I dislocated my elbow. So a lot of people don't know that. And I'll always put over Ichiban because I've seen him since day one. And I've always put a good word out for him with other promoters when he first started to always try to put him on the show, whatever they could find for him or whatever, anything. So definitely would always put over Ichiban every time I get a chance because that's my little brother and I got mad love for him. But he definitely drove me to the hospital when I had my elbow hanging. It was down here.
Oof. I'm getting the heebie-jeebies. I'm just like...
Flash and Kylan came to the hospital also after when that happened too. So appreciate those guys for coming too. So when I say those are my brothers, I don't say it because where they at of success. I don't want that clout. Like I ain't trying to like say it like that for anything, but those are really my brothers. Like they really look out for me. I look out for them whenever we take these road trips. Those are people I could sit down, have a conversation with, and not worry about what comes out of our mouth. You know, because sometimes you have sit around a group of people, you gotta like walk on eggshells. Like, yeah, don't say that, don't say this. But when you find that group of people, you're like, oh yeah, this is a good group to be around. And I've always had love for those guys for little stuff like that that you don't see. Like I don't put them over on social media because of their level of success, because little things behind the scenes like that when they came to see me in the hospital and drove me there and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's definitely a brotherhood. I see that like all the time with the guys, like even like backstage, if I'm back there or whatever like that, like, you know, so it's just nice to see that from all you guys. So much love to all those guys. All right, what's some things you like to do when you're not in squared circle?
Be a daddy, be a full-time dad. That's where a lot of my joy comes from. It gives me a reason to keep going. It gives me motivation and gives me that extra push that I need through the day, you know, coming home from work or coming home from a long day of just BS and seeing their faces, just, I mean, they're so innocent and just so loving. That definitely is my favorite part of not being in the square circle.
You think they're gonna follow your steps over there to be a wrestler one day too?
I don't know. I think if anybody, it's gonna be my little girl because she's crazy.
She's gonna beat up all the boys.
Off. Yeah, she's jumping off of everything. She's crazy. She has no fear. She has no fear. So if it's anybody, it's gonna be her. But I don't know. I'll let them choose what they want to do. I won't force them or pressure them to do anything, especially wrestling, because they have any joy or any passion other than professional wrestling. I will encourage it because this thing sucks on the body, and I don't want this pain for them.
Yeah. Again, like I said, it's a lot. I give you guys a lot of credit. You guys like hurt yourselves to like entertain us, you know, and legit you get like really freaking hurt, you know. So I can't thank all of you guys enough, you know, just to, you know, do what you do for our entertainment. So all right, so I have two final questions for you. If anybody else has any questions, feel free to drop them into the chat. So we got a couple months left of 2023. What are your goals for the rest of the year?
Goals for the rest of the year, just continue to get booked and make a couple debuts, hopefully win some championships, and just keep working. Just stay busy. The more busy I am, the better I feel mentally and physically, obviously, and just trying to stay busy. But would love to be a part of Restival this year too. A couple shows of the Restival, but we'll see what happens. We're gonna put the work in, and hopefully the opportunities present themselves. And definitely just stay busy for sure.
Yeah, Wrestleville's 4 days this year.
Sure, I'm sure I can fit in somewhere in there.
Like shit, 4 days. I went last year for 3, and that was a lot. It's a lot, you know, especially those like late, especially you're starting at like 12, and then like your last show's at like 12 at night. It's a lot. Yeah. So, but like I'm excited for it. It's great. So, you know, it's really amazing. One day it's gonna be like 7 days. Like that's just what's gonna happen. So. Trey in the chat says, where can I find your merchandise?
Well, we could drop that link when it presents itself at prowrestlingtees.com/Sammy Diaz. I'm a walking store. Wherever you need me, you can find me at any local independent wrestling show you at. I will have my merch there.
He said I'm a walking store.
You feel me? I'm a hustler, baby.
That's the best line of the night. I'm a walking store.
Wherever you need, I got it. Small, medium, large, we got it. We here, baby.
I'm dead. So there you go. So the link's in the description below too for you to hit it. So Alex says he's got good merch. So
HillShitApparel.com. You could go there, Hill Shit Apparel on Amazon. You can get yours with a subscription of Prime. If you got Prime, you get it in 2 days, you know.
look at that.
Type in Sammy Diaz top 5 on Hill Shit Apparel, and I'm there. It's the link should be in my link tree if it's there, I believe. But if not, whatever.
There
I'll
you go.
redirect you.
Heelshit.com. Love it. Love it. All that stuff's in my description below for you guys. So it's easier for you if you need to click it. So, all right. So I always like ending off in a positive. We do have a lot of fans that listen that maybe they're thinking about getting into wrestling, or maybe they started getting into training or whatever. What's a piece of advice that you would give them?
Advice: just don't stop. Keep going. Don't stop. Keep training. Work hard. Don't get involved in no BS, obviously. And always stay humble. Stay humble. Because what's that saying? The same, I don't know, on the way up are the same, on the same, whatever, asses you kissing on the way down, or whatever they say.
I believe that. That's like a big one that's said here.
But just work hard, because they say if you stick around long enough, something good will happen. I'm a true believer hard work pays off. Even if it feels like it's not paying off right now, just keep working, and I believe it will.
Yeah. Great advice. Great advice. All right, let's talk about what you got coming up so people can come see you, or they can come watch you on the apps and all that fun stuff. So I know we have the 4 here. So here we go. So we're going to start with the one with you and TJ, I guess. So
This Saturday, PvP Wrestling, Northampton, Massachusetts, I believe, or East Hampton.
yeah, that's East Hampton. I didn't realize that was the same building as where Grind runs.
Yeah. Yes, East Hampton, Connecticut. East Hampton, Massachusetts. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
TJ Crawford. TJ is the man. I like TJ a lot. I know he's another one that definitely brings it in the ring. I know he definitely plans on bringing it Saturday, and I think we're gonna have a lot of fun. I know we're gonna have a lot of fun, and I know that we both are planning on having a crazy performance for the card, and I know what we are capable of, and I know what's gonna be. So make sure you're there if you are in the Massachusetts area.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. And I don't know how, like, TJ got hurt, he came back, and he got
right
better.
Got right to work. That's how
Ooh,
it's supposed
he
to be.
really did. He really did. TJ's been on this pod multiple times. He's definitely one of my top 5. He's amazing.
I got a lot of love for TJ. I got a lot of love for TJ.
Yeah, so shout out to
But
TJ.
this weekend we standing across the ring, so ain't no love. That's my guy. But when that bell rings, all that friendships, I'm trying to win. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah,
gonna be
excited. Next week, yes, we have Fight Life. We talked a little bit about it. You and Boofa. That's on Fight. That's gonna be
that's another
exciting.
one. If you're in the Connecticut area, make sure you pop in, because that whole show is gonna be crazy. That whole show is fire. Make sure if you're in the Connecticut area, tap in. If you're not, what is it? Fight TV, and let's make it happen. Make sure you get that subscription so you can watch it. That show's gonna be crazy.
Definitely. We talked a lot about you and Skyros next weekend. It's gonna
Yes,
be
next
good.
Friday.
Make
next
sure you,
Friday.
Give him like a backhand for me or something.
For sure. I plan on whooping them.
Call him sad.
I'm gonna dog walk them. But,
I love it.
that's gonna be a good one. That whole show is fire. They got Ichiban versus Alec Price for the K1. You got the IWTV champion right there. You got Miracle Generation's gonna be there. You got Patrick Saint's gonna be there. Got so many of the guys from around the way. You got Lucas Chase, my new formed tag team partner. You got a lot of people. So that show's gonna be another good one too. And I plan on walking out the Grind champion next Friday. So that's definitely gonna be one to look forward to.
I love like on the graphic, and I know it's a charity event, and I love like all the different, and I have it up again on the video. If you're listening to audio, you're not gonna see it. So definitely follow like all the social medias for this, so that like you have all these amazing promotions listed on here. Like there's so many amazing, remarkable VST.
Yeah, yeah.
Shout out to Live. Like so many amazing. Indies are
Yeah,
hot.
that's a fun show for a good cause. That's a good benefit show for my brother Alex. We got so many promotions working together to make this happen, so it's definitely something special. And I would definitely encourage anybody that's around the way to be there because the venue is inside of an arcade and it's in the gym, so it's definitely gonna be fun.
Yeah.
If after the show, we're gonna go party, have some drinks or whatever, so it's gonna definitely a good time.
And play some
It's
video
gonna be-
games.
It's definitely gonna be in a good environment to have a show. It's definitely gonna be fun. I expect nothing but good night.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to come to that. I'm gonna see how I feel next week. He said the sickest card on the planet. No, it's awesome. Like when I had saw that, I was like, that's just awesome. Again, a lot of
Yeah.
great I like when promotions work together.
Yeah, it's always promotions always beef with each other, but I try to stay out of that. I'm just a talent. I don't got nothing to do with that, and it's always good to see when promotions work. You don't see them work together a lot, but it's always good to see them when they do.
Yeah.
Because the wrestlers, everybody's trying to get work everywhere. I know everybody has their own concept of what they want to put out there, but it's always good to see people work together, and especially in this business, because everybody knows this one's a crazy business, shady business.
Yeah, that's awesome. So check that out if you can. You can get tickets. And then the next match, this was amazing when you sent me this. I was like, oh shit. I was like, Azrael, who I still gotta bust his chops because he needs to come on this podcast, and I'm gonna break him down one of these days to come on this podcast because he's been in my chat. And he's harassed Arcadia. He's if you're not familiar with Azrael, he's a freaking legend.
A true legend, OG of the game. A lot of people sleep on Azrael, but he's definitely a true legend, a true OG of the game. I have nothing but love and respect for him. And I've seen him since I first started at PWA. He was at the last show that they had, and he was there, I believe, for my debut. So it's going to be fun to see him across the ring from me. And after I beat him next Saturday, I'll tell him now he has no choice but to do your interview.
It's full circle for you.
Full circle. And I'm looking at him because I think this is the last booking of the month for me at Azrael that I took. Mm-hmm. Until the following weekend, maybe. So, of August. I want to say maybe the last booking I have in August if I don't do open. And I'm just looking at him like he's the final boss of my weekend, of my month of August, because he's like been around for a long time. I've been wanting to wrestle him for a long time. And, he's wrestled a lot of the greats, Jay Lethal, Kenny Omega. He wrestled so many guys that a lot of people don't even know that he had these matches. And I know that because I'm a student of the game. I know these guys came up before me, and I pay attention.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely looking forward to a hell of a match with him on next Saturday. So that's definitely one I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, he's absolutely amazing. And, you're probably going to have to come back on this podcast and say that was your hardest chop.
Probably. I'm looking forward to it because I've seen him have matches at a couple shows, and he hits hard.
He hits hard. I have clips in this phone right here for you guys that he's chopped, okay, and but his feuds with Arcadia have been some of my favorite matches.
Sure.
And also he's another one that does some training too if anybody's interested. I always tell people that they should pick his brain because he's absolutely amazing, so I'm glad
I'm having a fun, hard-hitting style type of match with Azure. I know he's going to bring it, so that's going to... Every time somebody brings it like that, it brings the best out of me, and that's what I want. I want to wrestle with guys that are better than me, who feel they're better than me, because they bring it, so it's going to make me bring it and have to step my game up, and that's what I want and what I'm looking for, to see how good I really am. And God, this whole week, with all these competitors that I got coming up, I feel like this is a perfect 4 matches that I got coming up these 2 weeks to prove that. Let's go. Let's see who. Let's go. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, Yeah, so that's why, like, when he messaged me all that, I was like, oh my god, look at these matches he's got coming up. I was like, shit. I was like, he's got great freaking matches coming up. So I'm excited for you, you know, and you're gonna finish off August with, you know, a lot of bruises. From Azrael alone, you know, forget everybody else. Well, TJ probably too. Well, no, oh yeah, all of them, because like, they're all some serious shit going on there. Dickie Moon says in chat, Az is gonna eat you up, bro. Enjoy. Matt Awesome's in the chat. He goes, good dude right here. What's up, Matt Awesome? Alex says, he says top 5 to be humble. He's top 3 and he's not 3. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So definitely go check out Sammy, you know, go give him a follow, go say hi to him at the shows. Go, you know, he's a walk-in store. So go buy some merch, you know. So go ahead, go drop again all your socials, all that stuff again, you know, promote everything that you want to promote.
ProWrestlingTees.com/Sammy Diaz. Go get some merch. You can go follow me on Instagram at Sammy Diaz Wrestling. On Twitter, Sammy Diaz Jr., the same on Facebook, Sammy Diaz Jr., and Heel Shit Apparel on Amazon Prime. You can go shop and get your Heel Shit Apparel, Sammy Diaz merch from there. And I got a couple other endorsements or sponsors you can look up on my link tree, but we'll talk about that another time. As far as the other ones, that's where you can find me.
Absolutely. All those links are in the description below, so you can click easily. I got you guys covered. But yeah, thank you for coming on here. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for answering all the questions. And, you know, this is a good time. So I'm excited for next week. Be good.
I hope to see you next week. I hope to see you next week.
Yeah, you'll see me next week. I'll be
for having me again. I finally got the invite over.
Yeah, I know. Like, it's like trying to get like everybody. There's so many independent wrestlers on. There's so many people I still want to get on. Like, look, Azrael's one, right? Like that we just talked about. Azrael I've been wanting forever, you know, and it's just like he just doesn't want to do it. I'm gonna wear him down. I'm gonna wear him down. It's gonna happen. So no, but I'm glad that you came on. So. Thanks everybody in the chat for all your questions, all your shares, all your likes, all that fun stuff. If you guys are listening to this later, leave some comments, leave some love. Let me know what your favorite matches are, all that fun stuff. So I know people are going to go watch AEW now, so go enjoy. But yeah, so you guys know the drill. Stay safe, support independent wrestling. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good night.